what we see across the region is it doesn't really matter that all of these types of semiconductor are going through the roof in terms of the value of exports that these economies are seeing. So that's clear in Korea, where exports are growing by 50% this year. It's also been clear in Taiwan really since late 2024. And so Taiwan was really the first economy that saw this takeoff as a result of the semiconductor cycle. And in many ways, Korea is a laggard to that. So again, because of the different types of semiconductors that Korea produces, the upturn is happening a little bit later. Now, in both Korea and Taiwan, this is a dominant story, particularly in Taiwan, where semiconductors are 60% of exports. Even in Korea, where semiconductors are 25% of exports. If we look at China and Japan, the semi sector is less big. And also in both economies, exports overall are smaller as a percentage of GDP. So it doesn't make such a big difference to the overall economies. Nonetheless, what's happening in the semiconductor industry still is important in both economies. Japan plays a critical role in the semiconductor supply chain, even if it's not producing as many semiconductors as Taiwan and Korea does these days. But it's still making some, and we can see it in the macro data in terms of it's offsetting some of the weakness in the auto sector that Japan is currently seeing. And in China, it's also very visible where, in terms of both imports and exports, semiconductor growth has been very strong over the course of the last 6 months or so. And as I'll come on to, it's it's an important thing to be remembering when trying to interpret whether China's economy is getting better or not in terms of where the trade data is coming from. So in all of these economies, it's a big deal what's happening with the semi cycle.